Shout out all my subscribers, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Dirty Nation in the house. And hey, the truth is the truth. It is what it is. But in the process of this, somebody asked me a question because I did make a mention about what legendary exactly means. So I'm freestyling right now, but I'm a describe what legendary in prison is like. A legendary story. So first off top, what happened in Pelican Bay? That riot, that was legendary. That was legendary, and the ripple effect was felt by every level 4. Because when that happened in Pelican Bay, they had to break that shit up, and they were sending people everywhere. And I was in Salinas Valley, so when that riot happened, they sent a bunch of people from Pelican Bay to Salinas Valley. So that riot was legendary. So when I mentioned Calipat, that was legendary. Somebody said, "What is Calipat? What happened?" Well, the East Coast Crips handled their motherfucking business, and they ran up in the program office, stabbing and slicing and dicing, stabbing and jabbing. They actually mostly maybe the reason why on 270 yards there's a fence that separates the yard and the program office, and the 270 yards is split in half. I pulled up to Calipat in 2010. That happened in 1990 something. I forget 90 something, but by the time I had came to the pen in 98, 97, 98, the motherfucking, that was already legend. Like, people already knew about it. That was legendary. Let's see. What else could be legendary? By the way, the East Coast Crips, man, they did them wrong. If it's public knowledge what happened with the East Coast Crips after they did that in Calipat, from what I heard, they took them to Pelican Bay, put them in scalding hot showers, cut their hairs and all type of shit, and it kind of demeaned them. And then, but what? I heard they filed and won a lawsuit and got their dog ass back for that shit. But yeah, that's what legendary is. Another thing that's legendary, because for it to be legendary, there gotta be kind of like ripple effects felt by this action. So the hunger strike, that hunger strike with all the races, minus a few, but all the races, that was legendary. Because they did a hunger strike, all the races came together, hunger strike, all up and down California, behind the people in the shoe, the people that had been locked up a long time, and they was doing foul. It was a nationwide hunger strike. Statewide hunger strike. That was legendary, because for once in our lives, we went on a hunger strike and got results. A lot of times you don't get results in prison when you decide that you wanna stun up and make a difference by yourself. It don't happen like that. I'll give you an example. One time I was on DR Salinas Valley, and the Grape Street, what was his name? Popeye from Grape Street, something like, no, Smiley. Anyhow, Smiley had caught a couple of fades on this yard, and then a couple of more incidents happened, but they was all fist fights, and we had just kind of got outside, and this is a level 4 180. Motherfuckers was like, fuck that shit, we not going inside, because they was like, yard recall. No, fuck that, we're not going inside. So you start hearing, blood, what you about to do? Blood, what you about to do? Blood, we out here. Fuck that shit. We ain't going out like that. But guess what, though? So I'm in A section. So I'm in the first section where we gotta make a stand. Man, I'm telling you, they was like, A section. Nobody moved. So we like, ooh, that's right. We demonstrating. Next thing you know, B section. What you know, motherfuckers got up off the ground and started walking in the building. They was like, I ain't gonna lie, there was motherfuckers talking about, alright, blood. We looking at each other on the ground like, blood, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Man, that motherfucker, man, look. After B section went in, everybody else followed suit. But A section, we was ass out. You should have seen the motherfucking 115 hearing. They had one motherfucking sergeant have all the hearings because we're all in the same section. So they was just banging us. We was going in there to our hearing for our 115 hearing and coming out like, damn, that's fucked up. They left us. I'm talking about, hey, you know what? It's just one of them things. It's just one of them things, man. But so you gotta be careful when you decide to take a stand, because man, you can end up on the wrong side of a demonstration. Shit, Sacramento got some legendary stuff too, though. Sacramento, I'm telling you, go to Old Folsom archives, and you will see like. Shit, Sac dudes wasn't playing. Motherfuckers was getting torched in their cells. You know how Old Folsom got bars, so anybody could walk up to your cell and look in and see what you got going on. But back in the 80s, 70s, oh no, Old Folsom didn't have bars, so it was nothing for your ass to go flying off of that tier. In the 70s and 80s, it was nothing for somebody to come in and throw, I don't know how they was making them bombs, cell bombs or whatever the fuck they called, but they was torched. Motherfuckers getting torched up in their cell with no way to call for help. I'm telling you, when a cell burns up in Old Folsom, if you're on the first tier, you can look up and literally see the flames shooting out of the cell. Literally. Legendary. And then Legendary also breaks down. It breaks down in the categories of Legendary because I'm from Sacramento. There's other, I know all the Sacramento Legendary stories, but that's just Sacramento. You gotta remember, every story has legends. Every car in prison got legends that represented that car, because there was a time when Sacramento didn't have a car. Sacramento didn't have a car. Sacramento was either being absorbed by the Bay, BGF, really mainly BGF back in the days. And then when Sac established their own, then that's when things changed. Like Sac had a presence, but there was a time when we didn't. Stay tuned. Next video, I'm going to talk about my city, Sacramento legends inside prison. Whether they in or out, I'm talking about legendary stories that we all know. Next video.